Welcome back to Fast Money. A rare vote against a CEO pay package coming in just the last hour. Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders rejecting David Zaslav's nearly $52 million compensation plan, with more than 59% voicing their opposition. The vote is non-binding, but WBD shares are more than 20% off their 52-week high. The company facing major headwinds in its cable business, and S&P Global recently downgrading its debt to junk. We were chatting about this before the show, how unusual it is to get such turnout for any kind of shareholder vote, let alone such a sound rejection of a comp package, which is normally rubber stamped, I mean, for the most part.
Normal, yes. And the only reason we're doing this is because exactly that point. But look at this stock over the last couple of years. I mean, it's trading $9.50 now. I mean, we're at levels we haven't seen, I think, since 2007 or so. So it's hard to just, in my opinion, that type of compensation for a performance of a company that hasn't performed. It's not unlike sports. If you don't perform, you're not going to get re-signed. You're certainly not going to make $51.5 million.
It just does seem like an extraordinary amount of money. Now, granted, it's in an industry that's really facing headwinds, but that shouldn't be the shareholders' problem, that they should have to pay, an excessive amount. Can you imagine how much they would have paid him had it really worked? I can't even fathom. When I hear about Elon Musk's pay package, I think he was worth it. He put out these extraordinary goals, and he met them. Okay, so maybe they didn't do it as they should have, but then I think he deserves that money. This, to me, is a very different situation. Why do the shareholders come last? I don't get that.
Right. And it's not only just this year's pay package, it's the past years of pay package of extraordinary pay for a stock that has been lagging its peers.
Yeah, one thing that's worth noting, a couple months ago, I think it was, they added a few board members. One of them was Anthony Noto. Another one was Anton Levy. These guys are kind of heavy hitters a little bit. Faisal Merchant, who works at a company called Wiz that just got bought for $32 billion from Google. So they're beefing up the board here. And I think that's something that's notable. And then if you kind of scale back some of the compensation, that is investor stuff, but it could be interesting.
Well, and speaking of sports and speaking of performance, they just lost the NBA. I mean, this is a huge move for these guys. And to the extent that this was something that was really, by the way, TNT's done an incredible job on the NBA playoffs. And that's something that I think people are watching this and thinking, what's going to happen to these guys next year?
Yeah, we did note, but just to underscore this, it's non-binding. So this vote is a symbolic gesture. So what kind of pressure is the board under at this point?
Tremendous, I would think, right? I don't know how those two new members would vote, but you got to think your shareholders are telling you something loud and clear. It would be, okay, ignore them, I suppose, but maybe you'll have a big exodus. Who knows?